Alright, y'all. I guess I should probably show my face, but I don't really want to. The news is, I'm not even going to show you this whole thing. My sourdough starter that I've had for like 5 years, I'm not going to open it, but you can see, you can tell, you can visibly tell that it's disgusting. I don't know what happened. I can tell you right now, I genuinely do not know what happened to this starter. I've done the same thing I do all the time for the last 5 years, and I don't know what happened. She smells horrendous. I'm gonna get rid of her ASAP. But I'm gonna get rid of her. I'm gonna like sterilize the shit out of this jar, and that's gonna be that. So because she is the way she is, we're gonna make a new starter. I do have some of this dehydrated that I dehydrated a couple years ago, so if all else fails, I have dehydrated starter that I can bring back, and it's not a lost cause. But this is such a sad day. This is really a sad day. Yeah, just follow along, and we'll go make a new sourdough starter. All right, let's go. All right, so we are going to just make a whole new starter because, like I've said, I don't know what happened to my original starter. No clue. But she's kind of moldy. I suspect it's mold. And she stinks. She smells like a vomit. So we're going to make our own starter. And it's simple. It's simple. Gotta sneak in here. All right. You can use whatever flour. I might end up switching to whole wheat flour. I'm not sure. But currently I have some King Arthur unbleached bread flour. I've made my own starter one other time in the past, and I think I ended up using whole wheat, but we're gonna go bread. So we're gonna do, spill everywhere. We're gonna do 60 grams of bread flour, and then we're gonna do 60 grams of water. And then we're going to stir it up, and we're going to let it just sit for a whole day. We're not going to do anything. Okay, good enough. What do I do with my spoon? So, it's that easy. For day one, it is that easy. I don't suspect it will take a super long time for this starter to take off because it is the time of year where the kitchen is warm, it's a little humid, so I don't suspect doing this will be hard. The other time that I have made my own starter, it was in the winter, and it was a little more rough because our kitchen was just so cold. So if you are going to make a starter, I suggest you do it in a warm time. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, that's what it looks like. Just gloopy paste. And I'm just going to let this sit on my counter until tomorrow, 24 hours later. And I guarantee you tomorrow it will still look like this. So, that's that. Alright, so it has been 24 hours, and this is what the sourdough starter looks like after 24 hours. It honestly looks like there's bubbles already, and it's only been 24 hours. So what I'm going to do is discard half of this, and then add 60 grams of bread flour and 60 grams of water, mix it up, and let it sit for another 24 hours. It's pretty easy. Like I said, our kitchen has been warm, which is nice. So that's literally it. It's so easy. Alright, that was literally it. Now we'll just let it sit and come look at it tomorrow. Alright, ignore my dog drinking in the background. This is day 3. Yeah, you can tell that it is pretty active. It is nowhere near ready. It doesn't smell sour at all. Like, none. But it's doing some stuff. So what I'm going to do is the same thing I've been doing, is I'm going to take half out and then feed it the same amount. So 60 and 60. Let's just literally just take half out and just keep feeding it 1 to 1, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the last day that I recorded this starter. I think maybe it was day 3. It's day 6 now. But you all have not missed a thing. This is still what it looks like. It's active. It's bubbly. But if you give it a sniff, it's not sour yet, and it's not doubling in size at all. I suspect I'm gonna have to keep doing the feedings for another at least 4 or 5 days. So I will update periodically. All I've been doing is reserving about 60 grams of starter and then feeding it 60 grams of water and 60 grams of flour every day. That's what I've been doing. So I will do that for you all, even though you really haven't missed anything. But we're gonna do it. Alright, this is day 12, and I can tell you that it is doubling in size. It's ready. It smells like a clean, sour smell, and yeah, so I know I did a pretty terrible job of actually filming it every single day because it was boring. So basically it started doubling in size and getting bubbly 2 days ago, so on day 10. Every day before day 10 it had some bubbles, but it really wasn't active. It didn't smell sour. I didn't really feel the need to record every single day because all I did was discard half and then just replace. So that's all I did. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just keep doing that so it gets just a little more mature. And I think the next video after this one, I'm going to bake with this fresh starter. We're gonna actually see how it performs when it's a brand new starter. It'll be about 2 weeks old when I decide to bake with it. So we'll see how it does, how a more immature starter does baking bread. But I'll leave the directions down below. Yeah, so making your own starter is honestly really easy. You just need to have patience. And your kitchen needs to be on the warm side. That's just look at those bubbles. Yeah, your kitchen needs to be on the warm side. That's probably the biggest thing. So just have patience. It'll work out. And I will see you guys in the next video where we actually use this to make bread with. Okay, bye!